me better na number one, chismosa ako. I talk a lot. I love to
Happy
make...
for Albert because our friendship goes through all the time. Parang it's been a decade now. Akalain mo yun. Especially someone you've met in the industry. It's really hard to find someone that you can really get along with or without a camera, on and off. So I'm so grateful to have someone Albert in my life. And yeah, during our podcast, sobra siyang, for me, nostalgic pa. Kasi talagang we went through kung paano kami una nagkakilala.
Baka iyakan tayo dito.
Mas iba syempre yung with si Auntie Tevianti. Sana panood yun, di ba? With his sister at saka sa mom niya. So yun, very nostalgic kasi sometimes ang dami na rin nangyayari, especially now with us. And then now, Albert has a new venture. Ito ang podcast niya as a host, di ba? Ang dami niyang ginagawa sa life. Pero it's so nice to go back. Yung mga dati pa kayo, paano kayo nagsimula, nung umpisa na syempre, tinatry pa lang niya yung Pilipinas and especially me on my journey, na-start pa rin ako sa pageant. So, for me, it feels nostalgic and it's so nice to go back to these times.
Thanks, eh. People, when I travel, like, kahit if I have to converse in English, well, let's be honest na as Indonesian, hindi ako magaling mag-English, hindi rin ako magaling mag-Tagalog. So, bahasa Indonesia lang yung first language ko. So, minsan, may, you know, like the way I construct sentences, you know, like halo-halo na siya. Naging mixed salad na siya. Pero ngayon, after staying here for almost 20 years, I construct it in more a Tagalog way of construction. So yeah, I think I can consider myself like I'm more Pinoy now, and I love the Philippines, and I can't stop being thankful that a lot of Filipino embrace me here also and welcoming me here also. People just see what I have achieved. You know, like I mean, I'm not gonna lie. A lot of messages or DMs I receive from my social media, like congratulations, you're so lucky that you have good connection here in the Philippines. But hopefully through Interact, that I can really share the real things really happened to me, how I achieved everything. Like the first episode that I released last Saturday with my mom and my sister as the pilot episode guest, I mentioned that I moved to the Philippines with just bringing $100, and then come what may na lang kung what will happen to me. And then also I almost get disowned by my dad. And then yeah, a lot of people think that I achieve everything with a good connections, but no. I moved to the Philippines alone, not knowing the language, not knowing any people. It's just like, you know, when you're young, you always think you against the world, but you just have to work hard and yeah, walang balikan. Siyempre, pinaka-comfortable and ano ba, walang script yung kaming dalawa ni Ara. Kasi, a lot of people don't know, I mean like, you guys been seeing like me and Ara because I used to train Ara when she was preparing for Miss Universe and for Binibining Pilipinas also. And then we got hooked with the friendship, and also Ara, typical of friends of mine na biglaan kahit nasa work ako, minsan umuwi ako sa bahay, nandun na siya sa sala ko. So she's someone that kahit di ko na kailangan i-text or ihanap, so alam niya yung random ko, parang may telepathy ano siya, na medyo malungkot si Albert at to, or medyo kailangan kausap to, or ano, likewise, ganun rin ako sa kanya. So, feeling ko yung episodes namin more on totoong, honest, and unfiltered chikahan lang talaga. Ikaw?
And people will get to know you. Kasi syempre, minsan, people can easily judge a person kung ano lang yung nakikita nila sa social media. But without them knowing, ano talaga yung nangyayari behind. And also his story, parang maybe people might think he's getting what he has right now because of, because of the connection that he has. But actually, he really worked from scratch without knowing everyone. And siguro that's something I'm proud of he's very hardworking. And now he has this new venture of him. People would think na he can be a host this time. Malay mo, next time mag-a-act na siya. So yun, abangan nyo rin. Kasi for sure, in the sa podcast niya, syempre different personality yung mga na-interview niya. And as iba-iba rin yung character na makikita nyo doon. And actually, iba-iba rin siyang topic. And you wouldn't know na sa lahat ng na-interview niya, he has a connection dun sa mga guests niya. No wonder that's why he asked them to be his guests. Kasi may connection doon. And may connection siya doon. And it's for us to find out kung ano pala yung nag-click sa kanila. So every guest na makakasama niyo sa podcast.
Yeah. And through my guests also, I try to highlight a certain topic also, which I think quite relevant, which is one of the episode which is closest to my heart, mental health issues, because I went through a 3 cycle of depression in the past. And I know the young generations facing the same also. So we have a conversation there also with one of our guests, Ms. Yodi Santa Maria, to talk in depth about that topic, so that the people who watch it and also the younger generations or whoever experience depression and anxiety, they will not feel alone, because it's normal. I mean, like we are living in the fast-paced lifestyle right now. So and then we are sharing also tricks and tips on how to deal with it. So hopefully people can learn also from by watching each of our episodes also. When we try to structure the episodes kasi, number one, lagi ko biniprint up sa producer namin a topic that I want to highlight. So basically from there, and then we try to think and see kung sino mas bagay mag-explain or mag-talk or mag-discuss about that topic on my with me also. And then also at the same times, you know, like some of them also out of the blue na lang, I met them and then I said that parang, hi, I'm doing a podcast, parang I want to talk about this. Are you game about it? Are you okay? Is this something that you are comfortable to talk about? So it's basically like that also. Actually, I think Interact with Albert Cunyawan is a reminder that no matter how busy we are, how busy our lives will be, we need to spare time to find someone to talk to discuss something. Kasi sometimes, you know, like by discuss things with people or let it out of your chest, parang you feel free, you feel light. So I guess it's just a constant reminder lang. I hope by watching this, a lot of people will be reminded also na okay lang maging busy, okay lang maging stressed nowadays, but try to have your me time or conversation time with your most comfortable people. My list, definitely I would like to talk with Alex Gonzaga. I used to do Alex makeup for many years. And then of course now all of us knows that she's already blessed and she's pregnant now. And I want to feel the happiness kasi alam ko dinadasal nila yung dati pa yan. And also another one that I want to talk also, kasi I know that kind of topic, like there are many women out there wish to be a mom. I guess yung wisdom niya and yung ano niya pwede niya i-share it sa mga tao so that people can learn that when the right time comes, it will just be there, and then no matter ano, just wait and be patient. I think Alex Gonzaga is actually would be a right answer to your questions. Right, by doing this couple of episodes of podcast already, na-realize ko, I hope I can answer in Tagalog, sir. Yeah. Medyo dumugo rin ilong ko kung straight English. So, bigla na-realize ko na mahirap pala maging isang host. Mahirap pala to be on cam. At the same time, you have to throw a question and then at the same time also you have to listen to their answer, and then you have to construct your next question. Actually, I think that's one of the most challenging. And kasi normally I'm just with sanay ako with makeup, and let's say with Evian office, when I do makeup, I just look at the person's face, I analyze it, and then I know what to do, and just doing it, right? And then edit little by little, and then in the Debian office also we plan things and then do it together with the staff. But this one, you are on cam. You have to think, okay lang ba itanong sa tao na yan? Or second, relevant ba yung next question to answer niya ngayon? So there are many things that you have to consider. So by doing this, I learned a lot. Number one, yung pinaka natutunan ko is actually how to be very fast mag-isip. Kasi I am a creative person, so I know normally creative person kasi we like to take our time. We like to magmuni-muni muna, na find inspirations, find motivations. But now I'm trained to, when you have to do things, you have to do it right away. Yeah.
Thank you so much, sir.
Okay. There are a couple of reasons why I created Debian. Moving to the Philippines, not knowing anybody, and then I got a chance to do the thing that I love the most, which is makeup. And the Filipino woman and the Filipino basically embraced me and welcoming me without looking that I am Indonesian, without looking at that aspect. So when when I celebrate my 10 years in the industry, so I really wanted to create a platform where quality makeup will be more accessible to Filipino women, because in the past, let's face it, in the past, the international brands there, but they're only cater certain colors for Filipino colors. So hopefully with Tevian, we create a more quality makeup, more accessible to Filipino, and also that will match their skin tone, their lifestyle. And I think the collection that make me most proud basically is the Ultimate Skin Master collection, which is our base collection, because no makeup will look good without a good base product. So, and I think I'm proud to say also that Evian already established that we are actually one of those brands known for our base product also. Yun nga, siguro yung most unique is number one, I would like to highlight the being a foreigner, that I can converse and I have more Filipino, I have Filipino heart, and also in the podcast also that walang filter, walang kami na tinatago na. Actually, like Ara also, walang kami yung parang, okay lang ba we talk about this, or okay lang ba to skip this topic, walang ganon. So parang lahat spontaneous, lahat talaga, parang kamatay na lang kung ano yung maging conversation and kung ano yung topic namin, na how we work around or how we talk about it also. So yeah, unfiltered siya talaga. And yung goal namin basically just to like what I said earlier, to be a constant reminder to everyone. It's okay to be busy, because a lot of people see me on social media, I'm just busy doing makeup. And then being a makeup artist alone is already consuming so much time. And then I am also a founder of Makeup Brand, which normally nagsistay ako sa office hanggang Monday to Friday hanggang 9 p.m. or 10 p.m. every single day. So it's just a constant reminder for everyone that it's okay sometimes to talk and to relax and to be real and to be transparent. Okay. And the podcast will be every other Saturday. And then yung ibang alternate Saturdays naman will be lifestyle. So dun ko ipapasok na yung parang kung ano yung favorite things to do ko, and then educational conversations like makeup tutorial, and then like umabot na rin kami ng how to cook Indonesian food. Like I know Indonesian known for our beef rendang, so we are using also some Indonesian recipe also, and then a lot of people think, and then I like to ano, yung parang glitz and glamour lang about things, but I went hiking, if you guys can see on the OBB. So I like nature also. I like some extreme sport also. So through lifestyle episodes, we pinasok namin ko yan. Thank you.
Ako nga kanina, I'm super grateful for Albert kasi like in the industry, he's really one of those friends I've met. He's coming from Laguna, just trying the pageant, and I don't have any connection from Laguna. And especially in the pageant industry, I don't have like any background about it. So I was really grateful for him because actually, amongst all the people around me during that time, he's really one of those, siguro sabihin na, 3 people who really believe that I can be the Miss Universe, that I can get the Miss Universe crown. Kasi if you would remember during my time, I'm not even a favorite. Sabi nga nila, I was a dark horse during that time. So
You were my favorite.
yeah, but siya lang talaga yun. Siguro 3 of my friends, matatandaan ko yun. 3 lang talaga sila who's really rooting for me that I can get the crown. And for me, it's really meaningful, especially people who believe in you. It's so hard to be in an industry na, especially kung least favorite ka, di ba? That's why I'm telling to all the aspiring queens na, you know, even if you're not the favorite in the crowd or you don't have that amount of fans, what's important is if there's even one person who believe in you that you can make it, that's really enough. And these are the people that you have to really give importance to. Kasi sila yung nakakita ng potential sa inyo. And si Albert is really that kind of person in my life. So talagang hindi ko siya malilimutan in that sense. Especially, sabi ko nga, having been here in the industry, it's so hard to find a real genuine friendship. Especially sa industry mo pa siya nakilala. Because you never know, especially the competition here is tough talaga. And most of my friends are my high school and college friends. So I'm grateful kasi I met him. So, and especially among all the girls during my time, I would say, because I was doing the Aces and Queens, there were 13 girls then. Lahat tinitrain niya nung time na yun. He's super active during that time. But talagang he would single me out to have a special training because he truly believed I can be Miss Universe and I can get the Miss Universe crown. And for me, that's something. And until now, I'm very grateful for that. Kaya I will forever treasure that and this kind of friendship. I'm so happy kasi it grows through the time and we've seen each chapter talaga every year. Like, ang dami namin ginagawa. And you know, I'm just happy kasi until now, we've been here. Though it's not a smooth process, you know, in friendship, there's up and downs, and you just accept people as who they are. And I'm just blessed na kahit ano yung nangyari sa amin, he's still here. And that is something na I'm grateful for. He's genuine and he's just real. And he's that kind of friend na talagang when you ask for just a finger, bibigyan niya buong katawan niya. Ganon tipo siya. Thank you. Katawan. Katawan talaga mo. So yun. Thank you, Albert.
Thank you so much, Miss
Yun, tsaka
Ara.
yung mga nararamdaman ko as a founder are legit. Kasi it's not easy to be a founder of a makeup, and the pressure's there. And also being local brand also, the pressure even triple. So I would like to guess other founder of or owner of, or CEO of other local makeup brands, because I want to share and also to talk and discuss about things, because nowadays kasi kami yung laging medyo quiet lang behind the scene or behind the camera, pero the influencers, they are always out there and talk about brands. So I hope that by guessing them also, we will be able to create a platform kung kailan kami naman yung magsishare ng mga thoughts namin and mga inputs namin and mga ideas namin and mga how we receive or about yung mga comments ng mga influencers kasi or mga public or demand ng tungkol sa makeup or trends, mga gano'n. Kami naman si-share, parang gano'n. So yun. I have a few things that I can advise the new generation of makeup artists. Number one, the real challenge is not how to be famous. The real challenge is how to stay on top. Nowadays kasi to be famous is very easy. Just create something, constant content posting. You can create a lot of awareness, right? But how to stay on top? That's the challenge. The number two, always remember kung ano yung dinadaanan mo when you started. Kasi that will always keep you grounded. Kasi, and also it will bring me to my third points also. No matter how famous you are in the future or how in demand you are in the future, there's only one diva or one star. And that's whoever sit on your makeup chair. So that's always and that's also what I always share to my apprentices also, that whoever sit on your makeup chair, they are your clients and they are your star, they are your diva. So respect their time, respect and value their trust also, because isa rin rules go for me myself when I do makeup. When I get booked by a client, I never, when I said never, yes, not even 1 second, not even 1 minute touching my phone. Because I know people book me and book my time. So I want them to have 100% of my time. So I think a lot of my staff also knows when I'm working, especially in makeup. Good luck sa kanila kung expect reply from me. So yun na po.
Congratulations
Thank you.
for a wonderful project. I did have a great time talking to Albert. I think one of the things that we share in common, aside from our background, we're both foreigners, and basically, can we say what we talk about, or is it secret? Okay, so we're talking about the experience, being in Manila for so long. Albert actually beat me by 1 or 2 years. He's been here for what, 23? 20 years. So, okay, sorry Albert, I've been for 22. Ako pala, yung nanalo. I've been longer. But it was really fun because I think another thing how I said that we have common share, we love talking.
Yeah, we share on how to learn Tagalog.
Yes,
and
how we learn.
Yeah, how we
Adapt to the culture.
and how to love Filipinos and Philippines also.
Yeah, so we did a lot of, like matching of the experience we had. And it was a lot of fun. I really think that people enjoyed that episode because I was laughing throughout the episode. There is a lot of very funny things that we experienced, that we share. And I think that's amazing that you're able to, come up with this project and share, with everybody what a big heart you have for the country. And that you're even more Pinoy than a lot of Pinoys out there. And it's very admirable that you are, really like, Albert speaks great Tagalog. I'm gonna say yes, because, coming from a background of course, your language is not, it's a little adjustment to, and then we have also the fact that we need to speak English also. So you have your mother language of English and then the Tagalog. And then he did teach me a few words also, I do remember. I was like, what was that?
And also we share also na notes. For example, Priscilla, when she speak Tagalog with an accent, she looks foreigner, di ba? She looks Brazilian talaga. Parang people are more forgiving compared to me when I speak Tagalog may accent ako, or when I speak English na may accent ako. Tapos I look Pinoy, I look Filipino, di ba? So just to share you a little bit experience lang, why I really push myself to speak in Tagalog. Kasi there's one time when I first moved to the Philippines sa isang convenience store, I speak in English kasi hindi pa ako marunong mag-Tagalog that time. And then I said, ate, can I buy this, blah 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 blah. Then narinig ko, yung sabi niya ng English pala, mali-mali naman yung grammar mo. So tinanong yung friend ko, ano ibig sabihin yan? So, doon yung simula ng puso ko parang, ganun kayo sige, mag-Tagalog ako. Sabi ko, kasi sa bagay, I look Pinoy nga, di ba? So, yeah, when I look Pinoy, it also giving me an easy access to travel. Kasi every time I see Filipino abroad, kung bumibili ako makeup sa Sephora, so yung kung bumili mo mamaya, bigyan na lang kita. So, yeah.
More episode because I'm pretty sure, Robert, you have a lot of to share, with the Filipinos and also to the people abroad that have no access to the culture and might be interesting knowing more about the Philippines. So congrats!
Thank you to both of you. To interview people, but for you guys to know me better, I am Chismosa.